Majesties invite into their court the assembled baronages of the Midrealm. Rivenstar, Andrew and Ankara. Pelican, the Honorable Barony of Illiton, Baron Roberts.
I made him say honorable.
And the Barony of Ayrton, Baron Gareth and Baroness Hillary. Hillary and Gareth.
Good gentles, please, take your ease.
Here reopens the court of their draconic majesties, Runa and Ark. Their majesties invite before them all children present at today's event. For the children of the Midrealm, Draco!
Invictus!
Their majesties invite before them Baron Alfred of Chester and Baroness Mari Ingen VIII.
Your Excellencies, you asked something from us this morning.
We did. And we would like to continue with that boon this evening by asking you to elevate the order of Pelican, Forester, Dietrich von Hamburg, and the ladyship, Evzenie, Apolena, Vitkovic.
Their majesties summon their most noble order of the Pelican.
This is why I skipped the meetings. Noble ladies and lords, is it your opinion that Ynes and Dietrich is worthy of elevation in the order of Pelican?
Aye, Your Majesties! Their majesties invite before them the Honorable Lady Evzenie, Apolena, Vitkovic, and Forester Dietrich von Hamburg.
Cower before evil Dietrich, an archer of such prowess he can make arrows spontaneously appear stuck into the back of targets he's shooting at. And Evzenie, a librarian so fearsome that he is not only a bossy piece of toast, but she eats catalogers for breakfast.
Is there a royal peer who will attest to Evzenie and Dietrich's nobility?
I would, Your Majesty. Good gentles, I am here to speak to two people that I have known since before I entered this world. I will speak to them individually as best I may, but you may know that they come together as a force in one of the truest partnerships I have ever known. Evzenie is a wise, intelligent woman who is also an artist and a creative. However, with her intelligence and wisdom, she does not make others feel less than. With her creativity, she does not recluse herself, even though she sees things differently. She is someone who can manage others, know what they are going to fail to do, and be nice about it. And that is amazing, particularly as we learn over 30 years that sometimes you have to step out. And yes, she did know exactly what she was doing when she came back, but over the last 10 years as they have rejoined us, no one said, oh, she made me feel like I didn't know. She made me feel like I was supported because she did know. And to me, that is incredibly special, unique to her almost, and what I find to be true nobility. Dietrich, on the other hand, equally as intelligent and strong of opinion, but what I respect about him the most that he finds a way to be himself in all situations. If he does not want to be there, he does not let you make him be there and then suffer for it. And I say this because in the Midwest we do this too often. And especially I think as a strong man who could do all of those things, if it is going to impact him and his family in some type of way, he doesn't do it. And that is true leadership because he is thinking of those he has professed to love. He is thinking of his children, he is thinking of his wife, and you know with him that they come first. And there was opportunities many times to rise above others, but they would have been in conflict with his true values. And to stand here today and see them elevated in exactly the way that they should be, honored together forever with most of people who have known them for 30 years, is a true testament to the kind of leaders that they are. And I am so honored to be speaking for them, and I commend them to your majesties, and maybe the 16 people here who don't know them. Thank you.
You're a member of the Order of the Chivalry who will attest to Evzenie and Dietrich's courtesy and chivalry.
I will, your majesty. I am Sarishla Shoshino, Knight of the Society, Master of the Pelican. I remember these two as armored fighters, who some of you may not even be aware of. And even if you're aware of it, many of you may not have seen it. They came in a unit called the Phalanx. And as with so many things, they appeared together. I wish to talk on different chivalric virtues for each one of them dating from those days. Dietrich, you took the field as an armored fighter a great many times at my side, and you always exhibited all the prowess you could. You worked hard at that skill, and then you shifted to your skill in another martial art, archery. Prowess retained, prowess delivered. You're a man of great prowess, whatever field you have ever stood on. I am very proud to have stood beside you and have you demonstrated that prowess on the armored combat field, and I fear ever standing in front of your bow. Evzenie. You came through the Phalanx. You wanted to be a knight more than anything else. I recognized that a long time ago.
I've never seen it happen.
Things happen.
Okay. 22 years.
Rest his soul. Sir Robert is your knight. Not on this plane anymore. But I thought it really appropriate that I bring his name up during this moment. Or if you were, perhaps he should be the one you're speaking today. You may not have reached the knighthood society, but Evzenie, you're a knight to me.
Is there a companion of the Laurel who will attest to Evzenie and Dietrich's skill in the arts and sciences?
I, Master John Inchingham the Fool, shall speak of the artistry of Dietrich and Evzenie. I could take the easy way out and speak of Dietrich's archery, or Evzenie's pottery, or sewing, or cooking, because she is a woman of many arts and skills. Instead, I shall talk about the art of service. And by that I mean that individual service is important in the society and generally rewarded with a purple thread. Great individual service with a dragon's heart. But Pelican-level service requires getting other people to do a thing with you. To lead, in other words. And these two are true leaders. I don't have time to take apart all the elements of leadership and how they exhibit them, so I'll concentrate on just two. Nobody doubts their competence. Anyone who's worked with them knows that they are supremely competent. And nobody doubts that they have respect for the people that work with them, that they honor the opinions of those, even those people that might disagree with them. Instead, let's talk about commitment.
I watched Evzenie be an event steward maybe a dozen times. Mari and I lived in the province of Sea for 7 years, and even after we left, we'd come to visit on event days. We stay at their house. We had first row seats of watching Evzenie do her job. She was always one of the first to arrive on site, almost always the last to leave. There was no doubt who was in charge. The buck stopped with Evzenie. Dietrich, I also watched work many times, most recently at Benzin, where he was Kingdom Archery Marshal, as we all know, and responsible for the archery field and put in long hours. But more than that, the unsung labor of Benzin was he was there during Peace Week, and he was instrumental in setting up the Midlands Canada. Moreover, I was told, secretly, because Dietrich would never have said it, that down the road was an eastern camp, a camp of eastern rapier fighters called the Shark Pit. And they had arrived short-handed, as many camps did, 2 women, and Dietrich came and set up their camp as well, with help. But he came and set up their camp. And I wouldn't even have known about it except Natalia tattled on it and told me he was a good man. To which I agree. The last thing I will talk about with leadership is perspective. It was Dietrich and Evzenie who first taught Mari and I the mantra, "This is my hobby. I do it for fun." Even when it's a lot of work. This is my hobby. I do it for fun. Woo! And then they put those words into reality. When they reached the point where their children were not having fun in the SCA, they took a break. Even though they were high on our list, even though they put off this day for at least 10 years, they put their family first. I have a great deal of respect for them. I always teach that mantra in my class, and I taught today, looking good, the theatrics of fencing in the SCA, to which I add the Latin phrase, sed ludus solum est. It is just a game. These two know that it's just a game, and yet they commit themselves to hard work and leadership. I welcome them to the flock, and I look forward to playing with them in the big sandbox.
Is there a master of fence who speaks with Evzenie and Dietrich's courage and honor?
Courage, Your Majesty. I am Master Gwyn of Vitkovic. It's my first time doing this, so please forgive me. Turns out, I know Evzenie and Dietrich's dogs. Well, before I knew Evzenie and Dietrich, they told me their names. Many times. Many events. And I went, ooh, puppies. Hello, what's your name again? It's hard to measure service. It does not come in an artisanal glass with a mark on the rim, telling you when one's service is about to overflow. And yet we all feel it. The feelings themselves are hard to quantify and hard to express. So how do you know? You know because you feel when your heart is full. Evzenie and Dietrich are the heart of the Midlands. They're the heart of Ayrton. To buy away her smiles. They're there. Tirelessly cultivating the very earth of the barony that Ayrton was new. They have grown as a place for its welcome, its kindness. Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, forget what you did. You'll never forget how you made them feel. How you guys make me feel.
Primar Erickson. I have known Dietrich and Evzenie since, I believe, my third event, where I saw them serving. I have watched them serve in many roles at many events since then. Their service inspires the service of others. They have set an example that I have watched others try to follow and that I have also tried to follow. Watching them also delegate so that others may serve for them, so that all tasks they have taken on will get done. That ability to see that others can assist in their service and allow others to also serve has been a wonderful thing to watch. I've watched them both give up their time so that others could participate. I've watched Dietrich at I don't know how many different ranges throughout the years serve as a marshal and not shoot, not even bring his gear, knowing that doing so would allow others to enjoy the day. They encouraged me to become an archery marshal so that I could follow suit, so that I could serve and allow others to enjoy the game. And that service has just constantly inspired other service. Thank you.
Noble ladies and lords, is it your opinion that Evzenie and Dietrich are worthy of elevation into our most noble order of health?
Aye!
All these people are still here for you. Today, Dietrich, right mindful in the service, your service to society, responses, missions, or fears. We are resolved to create mistress and master of the Pelican. Which creature will nourish your young and necessary with the blood from her own breast, and therefore has been chosen as the most appropriate symbol of service to our society. Therefore, will you, Evzenie, give us your word to continue to fulfill the requirements set forth in the governance of this order, as you most surely have.
We increase your labors noble, increase your talents as measures of appreciation, and seek to disseminate your talents and abilities throughout the society.
Do you promise to trade any dependence you may have to serve as you
Is there a medallion?
There's
Don't cheat.
Okay. All right.
Let's see this one. There's Midlands.
We took part in the Midlands based off Constellation's legacy medallion. A group of Pelicans decided that was something that we loved and enjoyed. We don't have medallions for our own purpose. We're very sure that medallion is originally given for
So, take from our hands the symbol of shield in total of our esteem. Very proudly, we only recognize your service as we can acknowledge it this day. And then,
the Earth Legacy medallion. It is, there will be, it was the Dutchess, and then Andreas,
however,
and
this is
then
a certain level.
Dietrich,
And
and
then
then
it's
Are there no Pelican? Where are these hoods? Where are these hoods of maintenance as a symbol of your service?
pleasure to elevate her into this noble order by our hands the 3rd day of September, AS-57. Dietrich von Hamburg, trusty and well-beloved, delivered to us at the 16th of this instant upon the 2 days of September, AS-57, as by grace of heaven, and our crowned dragon sovereigns of the kingdom to all greetings. He has come to our attention the generous and chivalrous nature of our subject, Dietrich, and wish to commend faithful service, thus to be called forth the ancient and venerable order of the Pelican, and proclaim from this day forward and forevermore shall the walls of the order contain his name.
We present to you your newest Pelican.
For Evzenie and Dietrich, newest master and mistress and masters of the Pelican, Drago! Their Majesties invite into their court, Master John Inchingham.
Master, I believe you had some business on the field today?
We did.
And was there a result?
There was. Is Raphael still present? Sorry?
R2.
Oh, he's practically naked.
I don't see him. I don't see him.
Your Majesty, your classes, they might need some.
More importantly, Raphael, do you have the dingus?
Oh, there he is.
So, Your Majesties, yes, we had the vote for the new bearer of Thorbjorn's favor, the 24th. Promising more years than I care to remember. But this young person who informed me kindly that he has voted in this contest for half of his life. Yes, he's just rather funny, but we'll show off the dingus there. This is the new favor. The old one is a belt favor that saw much use and got rather raggedy. We're going to remake that. But this new one by Master Caer is made out of leather, which lasts a little long. This is Order Raphael, the newest bearer of Thorbjorn's.
For the newest recipient and bearer of Thorbjorn's favor, Drago! Master John Inchingham, please continue.
Master John, I believe this is a special day. Is that correct? For who? Ynes? Ynes?
Ynes. Oh! Yes, I believe it is.
What day is that again?
Why, if I remember right, it would be her birthday.
Oh yes, Kraken says we should sing happy birthday.
Is she standing so that everybody can see her?
What a good cue, Your Majesty!
Do you want to lead it? Okay, Kraken's gonna lead. Everyone follow. Stand up. All right, ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ynes. Happy birthday to you.
You are sacred son.
Their Majesties invite before them Mistresses Gwynevere and Saraswati of the Order of the Laurel.
Good mistresses, I believe you had some business.
You did.
proper thing. Let's do this.
Please summon our most loyal companions of the Order of the World.
Their Majesties summon before them the masters and mistresses of the Order of the Laurel.
Noble ladies and lords, is it your opinion that Matildis, for her skill in calligraphy and illumination, is worthy of elevation into this Order of the Laurel?
Aye!
Please call forth the candidates.
The Honorable Lady Matildis de Libraire, please present yourself before their Majesties.
My friend, you are welcome to our court. Is there a royal peer who will attest to Matildis' nobility?
Your Majesties, I bear a message from Duchess Anneliese van Caer. Unto their draconic majesties, the most noble order of the Laurel, and all those in attendance this day, greetings. I am truly saddened not to be with you to speak these words. As a rose, I would speak to Matildis' grace and nobility. Before you is a woman who gives well of herself to support all around her. She is generous with both time and talent. As a teacher, Matildis succeeds at balancing praise with suggestions for improvement because she is always stretching herself to do more and better alongside everyone she teaches. I am one of those inspired by her infectious spirit. She enabled me to meet a challenge I set myself during our last reign, to produce 2 scrolls by my own hand for dear friends. I am not an artist, but with Matildis' support, I completed the task and am even proud of my creations. Matildis, to you I say, always remember that a peer is recognized, not made. As long as I have known you, you have behaved as a peer should. These hallmarks of nobility within the society, grace under pressure, building a community around her, and inspiration of others, are well seen in Matildis. Your Majesties, I commend her to you, and am certain she will be a wonderful addition to the Laurel.
Thank you for these words.
A member of the chivalry will attest to Matildis'
There is, with your permission.
Please.
My lords, my ladies, I am Moonwolf, Duc de Houget, Earl of Hell, Master of Arms within the Society, and Senior Member of the Mid-Realms Order of Chivalry. I am here to attest to the chivalry of this fine lady. I have known her for decades. I have observed a sense, a code of honor easily as high and fine and fierce as the one I hold. Her peer-like abilities have been noted by people I hold in high regard. And I can think of no other I would rather have met as a peer, as my peer in chivalry.
Thank you, Your Grace. Is there a companion of our Order of the Laurel who would attest to Matildis' skill in the arts and sciences?
That honor falls to me, Your Majesty.
Please do, Doctor.
I am Dr. Henry Best, wizard, master of the Order of the Laurel. The first time I attended a mid-realm event, I saw a fabulous kite flying overhead. Its tail a silken streamer shining in the sun. And in those days, the renown of its maker had spread across the known world. And so I followed that string down to earth, knowing that at ground I would find heather of shadowed scars. And from her lips, I learned more about the ancient history of kites and their construction and their flight and the various details of this particular kite than I ever imagined there was to learn. She made a brilliant first impression on behalf of her kingdom and its arts. And I thought to myself, as she continued to nerd out about kites, this lady will soon be a Laurel. I hear it in her words. I see it in her future. Well, that was over 25 years ago, and a couple of name changes since then, one of which I still cannot pronounce. But here we are at last. In that Matildis has not wasted that time, but has invested it greatly, and her art has risen above the bar for Laurel. She adds beauty in homes all over our kingdom. She teaches others of every rank and station. She fills others with enthusiasm and inspires them to greatness. As for her sterling character, she is my beloved friend. Your Majesties are well aware of her prowess, as you may have any artists in your realm to make your ducal scrolls, and you have chosen her. And so to all who can hear my voice, I say, see this lady, for she represents the best of us. Follow her example, and you will be on the path. And to your Majesties I say, here is my friend Matildis. On behalf of the Order of the Laurel, I call for her elevation.
You're a member of the Pelican. You will speak to Matildis' service. There is, Your Majesty. I am Master Sorcerer Frazier. As Dragon Signet, it has been my privilege to watch Matildis' art flourish and grow. She learns, she teaches, she passes things on to other people. And she makes beautiful, beautiful artwork that she gifts to so many. Each piece of artwork she makes has a little bit of herself inside it. Any scroll, any scribe makes, any art anyone makes, has a little bit of himself inside it. That is true of scrolls that Matildis makes as much as it is anything else. When you do that, there is no higher level of service than to put something of yourself into a thing and gift it to someone else. Thank you.
Is there a master of defense who will attest to Matildis' courage and honor?
There is, Your Majesty. I am Adam Coman, rapier champion of Art, Karnik, and I would speak.
Please.
Matildis does not make hard things look easy. I know that's a thing that my order likes talking about. And there's some truth to that. But what is important is that Matildis makes hard things fun. And she is my peer. And thank you.
Thank you, my chief.
Is there a member of the populace who can speak on Matildis' behalf?
By your leave, Your Majesties. I am Gallian de Lille, espoused to the vigilant, and as such, my words may seem biased. I think of those of us here who've known Matildis, I think I only better Master Henry himself by a year or two in terms of years of knowledge of this vigilance. She has striven through many crafts to learn what she can and to do the best that she can, and landed on one that was all that she needed. It's been noted that she has an unorthodox approach, being left-handed, but it has also been noted that she has been prolific with her art. And so, as my words may be seen as biased, Your Majesties, I would ask that among the populace here, any who has received one of Matildis' scrolls, any who have seen one of Matildis' scrolls, anybody who would like to receive one of Matildis' scrolls,
We giving them out today?
I beg that you answer this call. Draco!
Invictus!
Your Majesties, your populace has spoken.
Thank you, Galleon. Matildis, right mindful of your service to society and responsive to the wishes of these, your peers, we are resolved to create you a mistress of the Order of the Laurel. As the laurel wreath has ever stood for excellence, so do we give it to you as a symbol of mastery of your art. Therefore, will you, Matildis, give us your word to continue to fulfill the requirements as set forth for the governments of this order, as you most surely have until now?
I will. Will you increase your labors nobly, increase your talents as befits one of your rank, and seek to disseminate your talents and abilities throughout our society? I will.
Do you promise to train any dependents you may have to do likewise?
I do.
Are there any medallions? Take from our hands the symbol of your nobility and token of our esteem. Wear it proudly, that all may recognize your skills and your service, as we have acknowledged it this day.
Is there a wreath? Now you understand, yeah. Where this wreath is a symbol of this. I here swear fealty and service to the crown of the Middle Kingdom, to ever enrich the crown with my talents and abilities, to promote diverse arts and sciences, to continue the instruction of my dependents, to increase the glory of the Middle Kingdom, and to be worthy of the wreath I wear. This swear I, Matildis Laurel.
This do we hear, shall never forget, nor fail to reward that which is given. Guilty of love, service of honor, justice.
Rise, Mistress Matildis.
Gentle Matildis Libraire, we know to be a master of the limner's art. In skill and dedication set apart, for years uncounted we have watched her grow. Proclaim, declare, and by this missive know, and all across the middle realm impart, gentle Matildis Libraire, we know to be a master of the limner's art. Untiring, with the kingdom's good at heart, of spirit generous, her hand ne'er slow. Therefore, Runa and Arc this day bestow on her the laurel wreath. It must be so. Gentle Matildis Libraire, we know to be a master of the limner's art.
Mid-realm, we present to you your newest companion of the Order of the Laurel.
Invictus!
their majesties invite before them Baroness and Caer and Baron Andrew of the barony of Rivenstar.
Oh, Snapdragon.
Your Excellencies.
Yes, Your Majesty.
It has come to our attention that you have been fulfilling your oath. It's my understanding that you had 41 individuals come to learn about the SCA this week, and that 10 of them have shown up here today. This is a worthy act, and we would recognize it before our people. So for you, and you, I give a ring. That's befits one of your station. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Continue to do good works.
For the Baroness and Baron of Rivenstar, Draco!
Invictus!
Their majesties invite before them all those who taught a class at today's event.
Being able to take the opportunity to teach for our kingdom helps us grow. That. Thank you. That's up for you.
That's your belief. I believe you're right. Whole row. I haven't heard a single gamble the whole time. It's killing me.
So His Majesty is chastising me because you guys have not gambled yet.
For the teachers, Draco!
Invictus!
Their majesties invite into their court all those for whom today is their first event and first royal court. Newcomers, come on down!
Come back if we can.
How many of you remember your first event?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yes, I have.
And we hope it was better than mine. However,
I thought you meant
our
today. Yes, I have.
that every time you drink, you will remember your first time. And please make it not go to distance. Now, please go see Master Philippe. He has vitally important skills to teach you.
Now go fill it with money. And give it to the Baroness. I got it.
For the newcomers to our society, Draco!
Invictus!
And welcome.
No, we're not.
Their majesties wish to thank the scribes for today's court. Mistress Saraswati, Lady Guillemette, and Master Wilhelm. For the scribes, Draco!
Invictus!
We want to take a moment to thank everyone who contributed to this event. This event has been immensely so many people. And we cannot be more blessed to be here today and get to participate in it. We want to thank you for making it so welcoming and warm and just a fantastic event. And now you've made it one of many people's first events, and they will never forget it. Thank you for all the work that you put in, teaching, to running it, to beating down Kraken's or eating my spell.
I'm hungry and she hasn't fed me.
Thank you.
I feel you.
For everyone.
There being no further business, this closes the court of their majesties, Runa and Ark. All rise for their majesties. And for the assembled baronages of the Midrealm. Draco!
Invictus!